Oh, we're there.
Oh, we're straight in. Okay, so
right
it is Matt Foulkes and Violet, the two people that everyone wanted to see. So
Absolutely.
fantastic.
We're going straight in with this.
So new versus Prism. What do you think of this matchup?
Oh, I don't know. Watching Matt yesterday, there was a lot of prevent this from happening. And, I think that's what New wants to do to most of the things that she can target. But I don't know whether she can... I don't know how she's going to get through. I mean, it's interesting to see because I've never seen this matchup be played out before, to be honest. But it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate it for sure.
Absolutely. Both heroes are quite card hungry. They play well with big hands and playing out. They don't do very well with very small hands. But certainly Prism's got a lot more aggression there. A lot when you're attacking
nowadays,
ones versus sevens.
Yeah.
Seven's bigger than one.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if New can just pull around with that disruption to really ruin Prism's day. Because once you get a few cards out of Prism's hand, that can really just reduce the power level.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, but you've got a bit of a polarity there as well because a lot of New's attacks are very low to the ground, aren't they? We've got the ones and the twos that do horrible things if they hit. But is she going to be able to disrupt with the poppers side of things?
No, absolutely. Oh, the stream has died.
The stream has died. Damn.
Alan, can you speak to us? What's going on? Okay, let's keep talking.
Future.
So, well, we've seen Prism do well against Kano. So Matt Foulkes, he's really on a run with this one. X1.
Absolutely, yeah. And he was saying quite publicly that he's got the best deck in the room. Classic Matt Foulkes. But I believe him. He's not one of those guys to talk any sort of nonsense. He's very on the ball with things, very tuned in.
I will tell you, our team did have a list of who we predict everyone's going to be playing. Under Matt Foulkes, Matt had just written, just the best deck in the room.
Oh,
just bring the ringing deck. That's all you have to do.
Absolutely.
So yeah, he's full of confidence, that Matt. So
absolutely.
Yes.
Cool.
And Violet, new on the scene. So it's fantastic to see these new competitive players rising up.
Absolutely, yeah. It's good to see that Fab's growing, and a lot of people were saying, "Who's Violet?" I love these stories. Like, just random people turning up and going 7-2 into the first round of CC on day 2. I'm very, very much looking forward to seeing how this goes. CC is definitely a lot of people's thing. A lot of people are like, draft. Oh, I don't know how to do it, and I'm definitely one of those people. I have no idea, what to do, what to pick, and everything. And a lot of people's bag. And this game in general is very hero-centric and hero-focused. That's why we've got into this game, because we like the hero, we like the way it plays, etc. So this is what it's all about. This is what people tune in for.
Absolutely. And now we're on to CC. We're back on home turf. Everyone's confident in their decks.
Exactly.
They know what they're doing. It's just about executing the plan and just getting across that finishing line.
Yep.
Okay, so everyone's just shuffling up.
Absolutely. But good to see a lot of the MST heroes being represented here. Obviously, some more than others, clearly. But yeah, it's nice to see New get up there.
Yeah, and we've seen a complete change around from the US Nats. So we had a lot of Enigma at the top tables in the US.
True.
We're not really seeing that. We're seeing everyone focusing on trying to take down Zen. And if you want to take down Zen, you're probably not going to pick the Enigma.
That's true. Yeah, exactly. We did see some masterful Enigma draft yesterday, but yeah, no, not so much in the CC side of it. But still getting everything ready.
Absolutely. And we have been told the update. Apparently, Matt Foulkes has brought his giant blue dice that he brought to Nax 1. Apparently, it is in the building.
Oh, I see.
It's not being shown on draft because we just can't take it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was under that hat that he's wearing, perhaps.
Well, I think it's color coding. You've got color code your dice with your hat.
Right.
So, yeah, it's all part of the look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice little visual aid as well, because obviously if you're wearing a hat, you can sort of, it's in your eye line, isn't it? So it kind of reminds you.
And just tipping your hat, it's a very polite thing to do,
Yeah.
Matt Foulkes is all about good playmanship, so it's going to be fantastic to see what goes on this match.
Yeah, and as we can see here that we've got the hero in the bottom right corner of the screen. That indicates who's going first in this particular game. So thanks, Baz, behind the scenes for flashing that up for us. So New will be on the play to begin with.
Fantastic.
So that'll be interesting. But yeah, should be good fun. That's what we're all here for.
And Matt hiding his hero there, that's a new technique, isn't it?
Yeah. A new cloaked hero has been revealed.
And there we go, it's Prism, Awaken a Soul.
How long until we get a cloaked hero? You don't know what hero I'm playing?
Yeah, a hero with like 3 modes to it.
Yeah.
That's terrible. But maybe
Druid.
If it's coming, it's a great idea. If it's not coming, terrible idea.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
You heard it here first. So running with Spider's Bite and Beckoning Mistblade. And we've got Mask of Recurring Nightmares, Arousing Wave, the Stilettos, and Find Our Spring Tunic in the chest.
And of course, those 2 common equips are really coming in handy in this new set. You know, we've been used to a sort of move towards legendary. We can see that Matt Foulkes there has 3 legendary equipment. So it's great to see these common equipments are really coming into their own in the higher levels.
Absolutely, yeah. We're used to a lot of, you need to have a legendary boots, or you need to have a legendary gloves or whatever. But coming in with a art of desire mind.
Yes,
yeah. So this is the one that cares about non-attack actions. Oh, sorry, blue actions, blue cards in general. Still getting familiar with these MST cards.
Absolutely. It's only been a few weeks, remember. These players are still very new to this format. So, yeah, so apologies if we get a few names wrong, but I'm sure chat will correct us. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're getting a transcend off
Half
straight
well
away.
travelled. We saw that being well played yesterday in draft, and it's great to see it back in CC.
So we're going to get the transcend off. That attack is going to get go again. Getting the chi into hand.
So no cards to be played from Banish Zone, but of course we can always activate that mask. So banishing a card from hand is always great.
Looks like she's doing that now, right?
Yes.
Mask of Recurring Nightmares. It's just going to continuously strip cards from hand. Banishes them as well.
Matt's just choosing which card. It's his choice which one he wants to banish. So let's see what he does. His choices.
And of course, News Hero ability will also banish this Herald as well because of the attack actions. Obviously the card that she's attacking with has stealth, which means obviously the Herald will be banished as well, if I remember correctly.
Yes. And it's interesting to see Matt's brought in. That's all you got. Great against these small level attacks. If they're attacking for less than 2, you get to draw a card, which is never a bad thing.
It's pretty much a lot of those attacks, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Is it base power as well, or is it just? I think it is.
I think it's just overall power. I think if it gets buffed beyond that, then it doesn't have its effect. So.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Pitching another chi into a Spider's Bite.
Ooh. 2 chi straight from the beginning.
Just getting that transcend off, double transcend on turn 1. That's pretty good. Just seeing the phantasmal footsteps being used here.
There we go.
That's
just
okay.
realising that he had his angel in the wrong way round. These things happen. Of course, always remember to D-Chi, but also remember to D-Angel.
D-Angel, yes, absolutely. I mean, these things happen. It's the same card. We all know what it does.
Absolutely.
Don't kill us. But yeah, here we go. They're both laughing about it. There we go. These things happen, people.
Absolutely.
So coming in with a passing and...
and that's the angeling again. So he needs to sort his Zendone deck out. There we go. There we go. So just playing out of double auras. Now, Assassin really struggles to deal with all these auras. So passing Mirage is going to stop any poppers on the first attack. And then also the Parable of Humility, which makes all attack actions -1.
-1.
So it can also have an effect against poppers for when you're defending. So I think that'll be the main aim for that aura. But really, Assassin's probably going to have to waste 2 pitch just to clear that aura.
Yeah,
using the daggers. Yes, and Jack's saying this is very old school. So yes, this is very much the old approach of the Everfest era. To get down a light aura, to get down a blue aura. So the blue auras are free, but they cost an action point. Where the yellow auras are expensive, but don't cost an action point. So together, they just ended up synergizing to the point where they just remove the weaknesses of both sides. So always a great play.
Yeah.
And yep, there we go. Just taking that damage there. Of course, there's no hit effect on the Enlightened Strike, so no reason to defend it from that side.
Oh, wow, okay.
Looking for a scrap. A great card for that go again, just to go wide. Violet's looking to go aggro here.
Yeah, just getting rid of that Art of Desire. 5 go again. It's pretty sick.
Down to 4 because of Parable. Matt taking a deep breath there.
Yeah, this is where it starts to get Starts to get high pressure.
How much damage do you want to take and how much does he want to ignore? And you can see you've got that soul shield, so he could always just be blocking just to fill up his soul.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. He's just choosing to take it. Again, if there's no hit effect, I don't think Prism really cares.
And then the 0 cost chain ender coming in at the parable. I think that's pretty good.
So if you don't have the pitch for the direct dagger, you're going to have to use a card just to clear an aura. So I'm sure both sides are happy with that. Clearing an aura is good, but also losing that leave no witnesses means Matt's Arsenal is just that little bit safer next turn.
Yep. So Herald of Triumph coming in for 6.
So Herald of Triumph means you have to pop it with a 7 and not a 6, but that's not really relevant because the Passing Mirage is out. So we know there's definitely not going to be pot today, but whether Violet wants to spend 2 3s blocking it.
Unmovable.
There you go, an unmovable in the deck.
All
Fantastic to see. These big attacks, it's good value, but maybe you want to save that for later so you can play it for Arsenal. So Violet's very much, okay, so now we've got a double aura. So
okay, then that'll do, I guess.
they both have the same effect, but if you have 2 auras out, it takes twice the to clear.
Yeah.
So clearly Matt's just valuing the assassin's inability to clear auras efficiently. Okay.
So no equipment being cashed in yet. We're
Not
still
yet.
On to Violet's turn now.
Both players being very patient here. Okay. See how it's going. Just 2 cards here, so it won't be a massive turn, but the question is, does Violet want to set up, or does she want to just use both cards and move on to the next turn? She's taking a hand, and you know what that means?
Codex?
Codex.
Yeah, there we go.
If they're looking at graveyard, probably one in Codex.
Probably a Codex, yeah.
It's a bit early for that. The problem with the Codex is when you see it early, you just haven't got a big graveyard, especially if it's full of defense reactions. So we'll see if Violet,
Just trying to clear at this point. Yeah.
Hitting for 1. Question is, does she want to? Yep. There we go. That all you got, getting great value there. Blocking the 1 and also just drawing a card. Okay, and then just using the tunic and the 1 floating just to clear a aura with the dagger.
Nice patient play here, just swinging the daggers, making use of the tunic to just get rid of something on the board before it gets too out of hand.
Absolutely. With Prism, you have to keep on top of those auras. They do mount up, and in the turns you think you can get away with it, they just need to double aura again, and suddenly you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Passing Mirage, maybe not the key aura to be looking out for, but certainly if you can just pop that first Herald, it's massive value for the rest of the turn.
I mean, the Passing Mirage, though, in this particular game against Assassin, I don't know the composition of the deck, but are there many poppers anyway? Does the Phantasm actually matter, do you think, at this point?
Assassin always has some poppers in the form of, for example,
Already Dead, of course.
So they often have a lot of different poppers. They may have CNCs. So the difficulty with it is that because you only get to go again on your first Herald with the Luminaris, it means if you can pop the first Herald, it has a lot more value than popping the second Herald.
Right.
But sometimes they just can't afford to pay for footsteps and then come in with the second Herald. Matt's going for his power turn, so he's he's cashing in Halo, putting a Herald into a Soul so that he can draw a card and then search for a Figment. Now, is he going to? He's decided no, he doesn't want to activate his Halo. Okay, it's false alarm, everyone. False alarm.
There's a lot to think about here.
Yeah. So he hasn't moved far forward with the step, so it's absolutely fine for him to take that back.
It's not easy playing at this level, is it? Let's be honest.
And with Prism, you've got a lot of options there. You saw he had an Erudition there. Do you really want to just put an Erudition to Soul without playing it? Really, you do want to line up the Erudition with a attack reaction, because those equipment blocks are going to come into play against an Erudition.
Yeah.
But maybe he just wanted to get into immediate value and just come in strong. Sometimes you want to play a fast game, not a long game.
Yeah.
So. Okay. That's still choosing. Now I can see he's got another aura. So is it Merciful there? He's got Merciful Retribution he's got in hand.
Yeah.
And ALS, he's going to play.
Right.
So that's an expensive card at 6, but it does time walk the opponent by forcing them to attack it and losing the rest of the turn, unless they have some form of action point generation. So there we have. Okay, so pitching 3 yellows there. So this is really just taking a turn off to set up.
And just clear your hand to something and just repress your hand a bit, see if there's anything else.
It's not the ideal. Ideally, Prism would like to pitch 2 blues there, but obviously Prism's a very yellow heavy deck. Doesn't have that many blues, and looks like now he's drawn into the blues. So. Okay. Seeing what Violet's going to do in return, probably just attack the ALS and move on. Deciding what the best way of filtering the hand so that she has the best opportunity next turn. Okay, she doesn't look happy. Oh, having to pay 2 reds for a dagger, not great, but at least you get to filter your hand.
Just at this point, just stabbing a huge construct sentinel with a dagger to get it off the field.
And there you go. Matt's using a Merciful Retribution, so the ALS will come to soul, which is great for filling up Prism's soul for his own angels later. And it's of note, if we look at the picture of Violet, we can see that the amnesia's in there. That's a popper. So,
it is, yeah, that's right. That's one that the cards lose their name, is it? Or they can't gain names or something like that?
Yes, they lose a name, and therefore the heralds do not have an effect for Prism.
That's right.
Also great into those ninja matchups when they look caring about the card names. So that might be good for Zen later on. Okay. Matt's just drawing up there. So he's, again, got 2 auras on the board. And Pierce Reality, giving +2 to Angels, that's to Heralds. That's really what he wants for all Illusionist attacks. So that's really what he wants for his Air Edition. Attacking for 7 when Violet's only got, let's see how much armor blocks she's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So attacking for 7, dominated. It's a lot of value.
That is a lot of value, yeah. That's one of those cards that can just, if you leave it there, it can just do so much over the course of a long game.
Absolutely. And that mask is always pivotal to Violet's game plan. Oh, I'm playing Codex with a full hand. That's quite unusual. So the difficulty with Codex is you have to discard a card. So often you really want to get an empty hand before you play it out. So it's quite unusual here to see to be played with a full hand.
Yeah. That's what Rangers love to do, is just empty their hand, then play the Codex, and then you're off to the races.
Yep.
But yeah, putting in the E-Strike, creating a Frailty under Matt's control, getting a Ponder under her control. There we go. Lovely old job. And the mode on E-Strike will be, we will see very soon.
Ooh. Probably go again by the looks of things. Let's see. Yep, so Violet really just valuing that go again. Maybe she had a bit of an awkward hand and she just wanted to get that value. Okay. Playing a dagger, Spider's Bite. Maybe coming in with one of those big attacks that really disrupts the hand, because once you can reduce the blocking of with Spider's Bite of attack action cards, that can get massive value against Prism.
Yep.
Of course, we can also see there's 3 auras on the board, so does Violet really want to go face when she can always just clear that
just
board
always
state?
just throw in that dagger, yeah.
Okay, let's see what happens here. What's this next attack after this dagger going to be?
And of course, this last card, if it's 0 cost or 1 pitch available, can be utilised at the moment because the Ponder's there, so she's going to refill the arsenal. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes. And although their life is quite disparate at the moment, 39 to 17, really Prism can turn this all around. She's always been one of those matchups that just builds a board state and then gets that value out. So really, the game is still very even right now.
At the moment, yeah, she's done well to just play it very, very patiently. We haven't seen too many big assassin payoff cards, like all the reactions and stuff, but maybe that's something you don't want to be doing until you have to do it, when you get them low enough. But just playing it very patient to just get these auras off the board. We know how important they are.
Now, Frailty, of course, that Prism doesn't have a weapon, really, in terms of to attack with directly, but giving a -1 on the arsenal attack action card could be very relevant. So pitching a blue here, which is very awkward, so Matt's probably not got yellow in hand right now. That's not what Prism wants to see. Okay, so he's activating Halo to get out a card. So he's got 2 cards in Soul, which means he can awaken and activate an Angel this turn. So maybe he's wanting to grab Erudition to try and maybe be able to pitch a yellow in a reaction step to just trying to pull something out there.
There it is, Erudition.
In fact, he won't need it. Yeah, so he'll pay 2 for the awakening, and then he'll have to pay 2 to attack. So the question is, does he have a yellow in hand? Lumo Knight says, shouldn't Pierce go to Soul? No, the only cards that go to Soul of Merciful Retribution are light cards. So when an generic illusionist card gets destroyed, it goes straight to graveyard and not Soul. It's a really important interaction to have, that only light cards will go to Soul.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Oh. So now Vestige is live. So Vestige of Soul gives you 1+1 2 resources when you pitch light cards. Once the card's gone to Soul, so he would have pitched a blue, which actually counts as a 4-pitch.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, need to create a new color on those cards. Maybe green for 4-pitch.
Green, yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Okay, drawing 2 cards. Now the problem is he's still not got go again. He's got no yellow in pitch, so he really needs to maybe play an angel out with a yellow now if he wants to go again. So he's really struggling right now for a bigger turn. He might just be attacking for 4 and then ending his turn. Oh, there we go. Yep. So we pitched 2 yellows to play an ALS.
It's pretty good.
So that's the benefit of the Artificial Soul. Allowing you to pitch 2 yellows for a 6 cost is amazing value.
Wow.
Really what you need to see to get these bigger turns off. And also protecting Soraya. So the difficulty you have with Soraya is it's a ward 4. So once it gets cleared, you're not going to get card draw. So by getting ALS on the board, it lets you protect it for an extra turn. And if you can just get that dominance there, where you keep a Soraya on the board for 2 or 3 turns, that just is
it spirals, yeah.
Insane value. And yeah, that 34 life can easily go downhill from here.
Absolutely.
So of course this Herald does not have a Phantasm due to passing Mirage. But also, it's also worth noting the Merciful Retribution almost has a hidden ability that a lot of people don't notice. If you do pop a Herald with
pings you for 1, right?
Yeah, it goes to Soul and pings you for 1.
Yeah.
Which then means it's a Herald going to Soul, which lets you to tutor a Figment.
Oh wow!
So
yes, of course.
Again, that all works into Prism's ability. Sometimes that Merciful is all you need just to get amazing value against proper decks.
Yeah.
And we see that armor bot coming in. Oh, but when you go into a 1 for 7 into a 1 for 7, again, you can't get better than that. This is an amazing turn. I mean, we saw it go quite badly at the beginning with Soraya without any yellows, but to pull it around with the ALS into double Herald, it's an amazing turn from that. I think he's very happy with that.
Yeah. Now he's doing the Prism trigger as well, just going to search for another Figment, is that correct? Off of the Herald hitting?
Yes, correct. Yep, you can do that as many times as you hit. So, as many times as Herald's going to Soul, even. So
we already know as well how ridiculous these illusionist chain enders are, but with an on-hit attached to it as well, it's just absolutely insane.
Absolutely. And one thing worth noting, assassins don't have any. They don't have any null rune or AB.
No.
So there's no way of preventing any damage from arcane damage from Merciful, and there's also no way of preventing damage from the second Angel of Ravagers. So it'll be interesting to see when that gets brought out, because getting 2 arcane, 2 free damage, well, you won't say no to that. Okay, so we see the Figment of War coming out, just coming for that aggression to create that courage. And that courage, what do you notice about the courage? It is an aura.
Oh, so when that cracks, you get pinged as well.
Yep, you get pinged from Merciful from the...
and the Ponder as well, right?
And the Ponder as well. So you have to remember all these things. As a Prism player, you need every little bit of value.
Yeah,
we'll
crazy.
Make sure you remember that. So yes, this is really when it's going to spiral out of hand. And of course, that ALS is also going to be going to Soul.
Yeah.
So leaving a Merciful on board, you can see already here, you see 3 free value just off 1 Merciful. So
that's outrageous.
You can't leave them on the board. They really do add up. And blocking with a Surgical Extraction, that's one of those really good disruption attacks that you really want to attack with and not just block with. And of course, that Frailty is going away. Didn't get any value this turn. There was an ALS in Arsenal. So unfortunately, that Frailty was a huge whiff on this turn.
Yeah, that turn was pretty insane.
Yeah, so we said it wasn't over yet, and there we go. From 39-17, suddenly Violet's really very much on the back foot here with New. We know we're coming in for a big turn here that's going to be drawing more cards. So we're looking at basically Prism coming in with a 7-card hand.
Wow.
It just
illusionist, mate.
Yeah.
Illusionist.
It's all an illusion. And this is why I love Prism. You really these interactions are just so interesting to see about how it all mounts up. You're behind, and suddenly you pull out a pivotal turn, and then the opponent's really on a back foot. Oh no, and using Tunic to pitch. So okay, we might be seeing a red rich hat. Oh okay, so we are just going to gain a life without actually getting any additional value off that Transcend card. So not worried about the chi right now. Yeah, just having to use a Tunic to clear a dagger. That's not great value now. Okay. See if that Tunic that using the Tunic comes up in the next few turns, because if she needs that Tunic in the future, it might be a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what Prism's swing back turn is. This could get ugly, folks. This is going to be a big turn. So all you Matt Foulkes fans out there, please press F in chat.
Press Fs. Absolutely.
It's a very challenging situation that Prism's put in you, but it's really Matt's navigated this match extraordinarily well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he took all that damage, 23 damage. It's only in the old days we used to say it's almost like you're skydiving as Prism. You can take a lot of damage early on.
Yeah.
You really just need to open that parachute in form of a board state, and then you ride the rest of the game out and gain that value back. And we've seen Matt do that to expertise here.
Yeah, it's just one of those turns with the vestige, and that was absolutely insane. The amount of stuff that he got off of that was the turning point, wasn't it? I think.
Absolutely, getting what we had a blue into a blue, so 7 into so you got 13 pitch in that one turn. So if you get 13 resources on a turn and you get to play out a massive hand, it shouldn't be possible with a 4-card hand.
No,
he got more than 4 blues in his resources alone.
Oh.
So amazing play.
You love watching Prism, don't you?
I do love watching Prism. It's just it fills my heart with light and the love of Soul.
Yeah.
So. And of course, we haven't seen Light of Soul yet, so we'll be interested to see if that pops up in this match. Another great card from Prism. Okay, we're coming in just a blue Herald, but the thing is, the blues still come in for 5, coming in for 6 off that courage, which again is going to ping for 1 from the merciful. So great to see the players playing cleanly here and noticing that. So. So we've got those great tokens from Buy the Same Token.
Yeah, one of the sponsors of the stream. Thank you very much for your support. And yeah, they just look sick and nice and clean on the board, don't they? It helps everybody see what's going on, especially in these physical card games. I like how Flesh and Blood and the streams in general have sort of utilised these tokens to just make it clearer for everybody.
Absolutely.
So pick them up when you can.
Okay, so we've got 6 go again. So we've already attacked with 1 Angel will go again and 1 Herald will go again. So we've only got 1 more attack coming unless they've got some spicy go again attack.
Mm-hmm.
But so far it looks like this Prism is just looking at Heralds. I don't think we're seeing anything with natural go again beyond that.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt's lining things up. Is he going to play an Aura? Is he going to attack? He's still got quite a big hand. Okay, so. You can see a Codex in hand of for Violet here. So I can't remember what she beat in Arsenal, but that could be very relevant now. No, she's just going to block with it. And a CNC again. She's not getting value out of these poppers. That
tough.
passing Mirage just came out at the beginning of the game, and it just means that Prism just loses Phantasm basically in this game. Really not getting the value out there. But maybe it would have been worth holding that back for the second Herald, because there's going to be another Herald to follow. So it'd be interesting to see what happens next.
But again, Violet's just come out of nowhere. It's just been fantastic to see her pilot new.
And see that aggression early on. She really was controlling the first half of this match. But we can see it's very much pivoted now. So Violet's done extraordinarily well in this matchup. New is always has a lot less power than Prism, as we've seen. Okay, we're going to play Angelic Wrath to buff that Herald.
Yeah, why not?
So
why not?
As we're saying, the difficulty you have with Prism is that 7-4-7 pattern where you attack with a Herald, Angel, Herald. Now, the problem with that is you're locked into 3 actions there. So having these Angelic Wraths, they really just, not only do they help the Herald hit, but they also allow you to have that extender that moves past that Herald or Angel Herald plan, that when you've got this big hand, it really helps you utilize the bigger hand. The other thing you sometimes see Prisms play is Dissolve Reality, which is an attack. It's very much a disruption.
Yeah.
But again, it just allows you to do something when you can't. All you can do is do those 3 attacks. It just allows you to basically use a 4th action very effectively. So I'm not sure if we'll see it in this matchup, but let's keep an eye on what Matt does. Okay, so bring out Protection, bring out a Shield, and of course that's another Aura for the Merciful.
That's another Aura.
That Merciful now, we should have started counting how much arcane damage it's dealt. I mean, it's done at least 6 damage, I believe.
Yeah.
So again, that's a Herald in itself there, just a Herald of value there, just in an Aura that's sat on the board. So it's pulled its weight, that Merciful, as well as putting things into Soul. So
maybe we need a Merciful Retribution ping counter on the stream.
Yes. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Yep, Figment of Protection coming. Okay, so he's decided to awaken Bellona. So Bellona's ability, if he decides to activate it, is that it... okay, and then playing Library. Oh no,
that's nice Federico Mossetti one.
Okay, we've talked about Light of Soul. This is the other fabled one to look out for. If you've pitched 2 yellows, he gets to draw an extra card.
That's fair.
So not only does he have like a 7 card now with the Sarai draw. Oh, Matt's just remembering he should have banished a card from Soul when he attacked with when he awakened Bologna. So not only do you get a 7 card hand now, if you keep that Sarai alive, you've got an 8 card hand. So there we go. Why do you need 4 cards when you can have 8?
Just double the amount. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, that Arsenal always adds a +1, but 8's a lot nicer. Okay, so now we've got level life totals, but Prism very much in the lead now. Okay, they're just calling a judge now. So we'll allow them to sort this out. Okay. And nice to see both players still joking around. Even at these top tables, it's good to have fun.
Exactly, that's what we're all here for. We're all here for the fun. We're all here for the good times.
Absolutely. Okay, we're coming back to us while they just sort out that judge call. So what do you think? We've really seen both sides of New versus the Prism there.
Yeah, well, it's been a very much a game of 2 halves, hasn't it? Yeah. Once we saw that pop-off turn with the Vestige and the 13 resources that it generated or whatever it was, that was just absolutely insane. And, we know that Illusionists in general can just spiral out of control, and just all this incremental value over the course of the game is just what's getting Matt towards the end here as we sort out this judge call.
And we're seeing that Violet, really, to get that power level of Assassin up, they really do need to depend on generics like Enlightened Strike and looking for scrap just to get that go again and to get that extra power. But the problem with that is, she's just not seeing the disruption that you'd associate with the Assassin class, which I think is really where Violet's struggling. We've seen the Amnesia that was pitched. We've seen the Surgical Extraction, but she's not being able to just play those cards out, which is what she really needs to take some cards out of hand.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're back into the game now, so they're just drawing up. Okay. That's great. We're getting the tokens onto the...
Seth, my shirt is from Tesco, mate. Tesco's own. Tesco's own.
Thank you, Yorgos. We love your stream. We always check into Yorgos' stream on Fab Chaos. On
Absolutely.
Twitch.
Cool. So here we go. Okay. Proceeding forward.
Okay. Yep, just hanging with Spider's Bite. So we've just had word the judge call wasn't anything about the play. It was because the library is signed, it meant that the opponent can't read the cards. They just wanted to check with that about what the card text is. So once Violet was happy with what the card text is, we could go back to the game. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Very good play. It's always good to know, always make sure you know what your opponent's cards do. And obviously, always is that next level of understanding there just to be absolutely certain, because you don't want to misplay just to misunderstanding your opponent's cards.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is what seeing these sorts of cards and the art and everything. It's just a testament to how sick the art is and how entrenched people are in their heroes. Right? They want to get all their sick pieces done.
And speaking of disruption, we haven't seen it yet, but there we go. Bonds of Agony.
Here we go.
Being able to, if you've played 3 or more attack action cards, being able to get a +3. Looking at hand and then being able to banish from hand and deck 3 cards with that name. Now,
exactly.
This is really a disruption that could be useful, especially if you want to get rid of some of those pesky auras.
Yep.
Or maybe just getting rid of, if they've only got 1 yellow in hand, just get rid of that yellow and they lose all go again.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'll see. Generally, Violet probably wouldn't play this unless she's got those reactions in hand. So we'll see what block we get from Prism here. Now, Prism's probably not too scared. It's got Shirai there for that card draw. So, you can still cut 2-card block, and also you've got 5 cards from library. So you can 2-card block and still have a 3-card hand into a 5-card hand. So
that's insane.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, okay, they're just checking what the text is. Assassin cards, as we're finding, there's a lot of text in those assassin cards.
There is a lot of text.
Make sure you read them properly. So, yep. And Justin Nick.
We are going in.
If there's a card you want to see with Bonds of Agony, it's Justin Nick, giving a base of 1 into a +5. And then we're activating the arms, the Arousing Wave. Just
there is a lot of cards on this board.
Okay, so that takes us a 10 now. So that's coming over the top.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so we're not going to hit, but we are going to clear an angel.
Yeah, that's all it is, isn't
Bologna
it?
goes away. So it's only we say only an angel. That angel represents a lot, though, especially coming from Bologna. You can just start putting +1 tokens on your Soraya, and then we're looking at a lot more damage. So it's a small win there for the new. If only she could have done that a bit earlier to get the actual hand.
Yeah, it's just one of those play patterns that new loves to have access. But in this particular scenario, it's just being eaten by an angel. But
and as Jack says, Ward 8. Yeah, angels are always hard to get around. You really need to just nip them with the small attacks.
Yes, we know the angels are there. Don't worry, chat. We know. believe it or not. But yeah, there's a lot going on.
Absolutely. Yeah, always good to present both sides of the matchup of what they're trying to do.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it just fair play for getting this far on a new hero, no pun intended. You know, she's here, we're not. We're on the other side. She knows what she's doing to a certain degree.
Oh. Okay, that's the match just deciding.
A momentary respite.
Okay. Casting impossible. That's right, Luminite. We've got a lot of interacts at play here. So coming in with a Herald of Triumph again. The Herald's basically blank. It's got no it's got no phantasm. So
it's just seven power.
Yeah. Don't worry about the arcane damage from Merciful. You're not going to be popping this
that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So Lahorus says, why wasn't the Bonds attacking for 10? It was attacking for 10, but because the Angels have Ward, unfortunately it just cleared it. It went 4 over the top and then cleared an Angel.
Yeah.
So unfortunately it did not hit the hero to have its effect. Okay. And that's one of the great plays that Prism can do. If you want to protect that Soraya, a great way of doing it is just awaken a second Angel. Then you always have to clear that Angel first.
Yeah.
So that Soraya is getting massive value there. I mean, those two cards combined, the library with the Soraya, just means Prism's drawing a lot of cards.
And I can't remember the library. You need a yellow card to sort of get rid of it, right? I can't remember precisely.
So the opponent can get rid of it by either playing their own landmark. So if we have the fabled landmark, the Gully, on the Mystic side, that will just clear out the Library of Solana straight away. And the other thing you can do is discard 2 yellows. However, we can say we know that Violet's deck has only Codex of Frailty, and we've seen 2 of those go to the graveyard. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like
it's just going to stick around.
She'll be able to clear that this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not seeing those yellows. We haven't seen a single Eradicate yet.
No. Yeah, we saw Eradicate against Dash, didn't we, yesterday? But I was confused why the attack die wasn't used. Yeah, there's a lot of board state management on this particular game. So bear with us on that side.
Yeah. Yeah, Luminite. So having 7 cards in Flesh and Blood is very good. There's a reason why LSS limit you to 4 cards. If you can break that cycle, as we've seen previously in Prism and Chain, certainly it's a great way of just being able to break above in the power levels.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes, in terms of cards going to banish, yeah, we have had some cards missed going to banish. We are sorting that out. The judges are aware, so yeah, we'll just let the players play this one out.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So pitching another parable. So as you can see here, very early in the first half of the game, Matt was very concentrated on building a board state. Now he's not even caring about their auras. Maybe we'll see 1 or 2 later if he has the pitch spare. But right now, all he cares about really is getting that extra damage through.
Absolutely, and heralds are a good way to do it.
I mean, yellow herald. Yep, I don't know what's a 7. Yeah, it should be a 6 there. There we go. Thank you, Baz, putting out that 6 dice.
Right on, Baz, behind the scenes.
Yeah, Baz is behind the scenes watching the game, so it's always great to maintain board state with the players.
I hope everyone's having a nice Sunday. Thanks for tuning into the stream today.
Absolutely.
Let us know where you're watching from.
Yep. We believe might have 7 rounds today. We might have 6, we might have 7, depending on how the time works out. We might be able to show 4 games of the top 8, but right now we've got 3 games of Swiss, and it's all to play for. Matt Foulkes is pretty safe right now. He just wants to get that win and to lock his winning in for his top 8, whereas Violet is really fighting for that survival of top 8 right now. And now we've seen the mask cashed in. Now that means there's going to be minimal disruption going forward from Nu, but without not getting the hits because the Angels and now won't be able to force banishes from the mask. So Nu here is really just trying to keep up with what Prism's speed. Okay, let's just go into graveyard now. Oh, welcome from California, Marcus. It must be late over there.
Yeah, it must be. Yeah, must be watching it in like, early morning. New Zealand, lovely. It must be the opposite of that. Must be 10 p.m., 11 p.m., right? Let us know.
Absolutely. When Carol sent us a tweet wishing us luck, he did say today/tomorrow. You always have that problem in New Zealand, don't
Exactly,
you?
yeah. It's in the future.
It is in the future for the rest of Europe. So let us know how the future is, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Very clean play from the players so far. Matt's playing really well for lining up those big hands and getting those big value through. Okay. Oh, and we've seen a comeback to the auras. We said he probably wouldn't play many auras, but here we go. We're just taking a turn off for the auras, but maybe he decides, I can let Soraya go now. I've got a board state of 4 auras.
Yeah, it's fine. She can go now.
Yeah, so she's done her work. And with library there, you've got your extra card. So maybe he's thinking, I can just focus on trying to kill now. 13 after all, that's just 2 range, two heralds,
yeah.
And then you're threatening lethal. So
wow.
This is going to be dangerous, especially with that piercing reality, meaning every first illusionist attack is coming in for +2.
Oh.
Every herald now +2.
Oh.
How do you feel about a herald for 9?
I don't like it, Paul.
You don't like it, Az?
No,
No.
don't like it anymore.
See, Azalea players don't like it, and Assassins don't like it either. So now we've got double trouble. So we've probably got some attack actions coming, reactions coming in after that. And so we've got Hiss. So Hiss will create this sliver, which will again give that second ability, again giving a pump to the double trouble. Okay, getting the new dice out here, just pumped it up to 8.
Cool, and then if this hits, it banishes the top 2, if I remember correctly. Double trouble red.
Yes, it banishes 2 cards from hand. Prism, the thing with Prism actually, she's quite resistant to banishes because although she does care about her figments, got a lot of the valuable figments out already, so she doesn't have to worry about losing those. And the other thing is a lot of yellows, and that's all you need for Go Again.
It is,
so if all your cards are yellows, you're not too worried about your blue and reds that other decks worry about, that using the consistency and power, because you've got a lot of yellows that just mean that a lot of hands do pretty much the same thing. Yep. So Prism has an extra little strength there against Assassins. Okay, and we've seen that's a blue in banish. So that War Tune could be played against.
So she can play it,
yes,
if she ever gets there. But yeah,
absolutely. So okay, so yep, just taking that damage there, losing Soraya. But I think all that Matt wants now is a full hand to be able to attack now with these heralds, making full use of that board state. Okay, he's just
so many cards, so many things, lots of value. Okay. Just attacking Merciful Retribution. Again, getting that, there's so much arcane value this game. I mean, it must have been, it might even be double digits. So really, yeah, clearing that Merciful just to finish, because if you get locked, that can be a terrible way to end the game. So a very heads up play there from Violet. Tome of Divinity.
Oh, but the way to punish the clearing of a Merciful, going to Soul, plain Tome of Divinity, and be able to pitch 1 blue, light blue with a Vestige Live, just means you get to draw an even bigger hand.
Oh my goodness me.
Soraya gone, doesn't matter, just draw another hand here with Prism today. Okay.
Wow. This is just this is crazy.
So yep, Matt just going to be pitching and banishing a card to awaken that angel. There we go.
Look at the resilience of Violet, though. Just playing this out. Just hanging in there.
Absolutely.
It must be tough, you know.
If you can pull off that disruption, because don't forget, we haven't seen any Celestial Cataclysms from Matt. We haven't seen any poppers from Matt.
No.
So if you can play a blue or a herald right back at Prism, 14 life is not an awful lot when you're having fries thrown at you. So it could be impactful there. Okay.
It's like a double sync below, double react hand there.
So here we have an Erudition. Now the weakness of Erudition is that it's a dominate attack, but it only comes in for 5. But of course, with Phantasm. But of course, we've removed Phantasm with the Passing Mirage, and we've given it +2 with the
my goodness me.
Pierce Reality. So really, these auras just mean there's no downside.
Dominate. Oh my goodness me.
So there's really okay. We've got a sync below there from Violet, but unfortunately, because of the dominate, you can only block with 1 card from hand. So unless you've got a reacts in the arsenal, it's not going to be much use. Okay, yep. So going to take 3 there and draw up. This is very dangerous now for New here.
Yeah, good shout, Marcus. Pick to pieces, being able to destroy whole ward-based board states is something we haven't seen this game either. And that's, again, to be fair, another piece of interaction that, you know, Assassin does have into ward, but we haven't seen it this game, unfortunately. You're right.
Absolutely. And we've seen those attack reactions really come into play. Okay. Matt's just bringing in the Figment of Ravages. Yep, he's just
de-angeling his cards.
Angels. Yep, there we go. So Figment of Ravages hits for 1 Arcanes. So you get rid of Merciful, there's that Arcane damage gone, but then another one comes in. And of course, once he awakens that Angel of Ravages, second, that's going to be attacking for 2 Arcanes. So this is really dangerous when you're on 8 life without any Arcane barrier here.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's grinding down.
Luminite, that's 10 cards this turn cycle. Absolutely. When Prism starts drawing cards, it becomes very dangerous from the outside.
Is there an argument to be made of? I think there was something on social saying maybe you should include Mistcloak Gully to get rid of the landmark.
People joke, but it's one way that's quite easy to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So I can completely see why people would do that, because we've seen so much value coming off of this. It's facilitated so many things, like the I think it might facilitate that ALS of 2 yellows.
True.
And that completely changed the game around. So library, if you can stop the library, it can make a massive difference. I can say myself as a Prism player, I've had Assassins turn 1 banish away my Figment of Erudition, and that becomes very dangerous. We've seen Prism needs that pivot turn, and Soraya is often the way you get that pivot turn. If you're not getting that extra card draw, you need to find it elsewhere, or else sometimes the disruption just becomes too much and you can't block. Yeah. Because both of heroes are so card hungry. So although it looks bad for New here, it's there's always plays around these things about navigating the matchup, but it's all about what cards you see and when.
That's card games, isn't it? That is card games.
Okay, we're fixing the blocking when they block the stealth cards with the Herald, so we're just fixing that with the judges there. So thank you very much for the judges for cleaning that up.
$4 a.m. over in Wisconsin. Thanks for joining us that early in the morning.
Fantastic. Welcome, Elias. Okay, so we're talking about new ability.
Something's
essentially. So yeah, they're just sorting out this for the judges. So we'll just carry on.
6:30 p.m. in Australia. Awesome. Love to see it. Keep them coming. I want to see where everyone's from. Let's do this.
Absolutely. Now we're seeing quite an aggro meta now in this format. We saw heavy hitters very much a grindy, value-oriented play with lots of blocking and then attacking back and to get incremental value above that pivotal 12 value of a card hand. Whereas now we're just seeing it's really much to the wall aggro.
It is, yeah. But look at these auras. Did you?
Well, I looked away for 5 seconds there, Az. I looked into your dreamy eyes, and I came back, and it's passing reality.
Oh, my
reality.
Goodness me.
So now everything, first, okay, we're going to get another judge call. Oh, no, we're not.
Oh, they're absolutely loving life. Look at them, they're both cracking up.
Just drawing 5 cards, and it's absolutely fine. So now, Pierce Reality, first Herald, just coming in for +4. So how do you feel about a 9 value Herald?
Oh, I told you before, Paul, I don't like it.
Yeah? Well, how about an 11 value?
Oh, my God. This is absolutely insane.
Oh, okay. So this could be good against the Aegis. Now, we've got to pick the pieces. Just coming in for 1, but remember that just a nick. Just that works really well with those base 1 ability attacks. So let's see if that's in Arsenal. Fingers crossed. Let's see what Violet's got in terms of attack reactions. Now, having no tunic, though, is really valuable for paying for those 1-cost reacts.
Yep.
So we'll have to see what's in hand. Yep, Kale says we're playing pickup 52 now. Absolutely. Matt just wants to take half his deck. It's insane value right now. And we've got a Genesis on the board as well. Oh, I didn't even notice the Genesis. There's so many auras on the board now. We've got 6 auras on the board. I didn't even notice he played that Genesis. So again, Genesis allowing you to put cards into Soul, which again activates Vestige. So now not only does he have a 5-card hand, it means he automatically gets to activate Vestige at the beginning of his turn without even having to play anything. It's crazy.
So pick to pieces.
The parable is out.
I think they're just adjusting that now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's one of the things when you're playing against Prism, certainly as the opponent is, there's just so many interactions. Keeping track of all your opponent's interactions can be quite difficult. But Matt's doing a great job in keeping Violet up to date.
couple of adjustments here because, again,
Absolutely.
there's just a lot going on.
And we see that E strike. Now that E strike can really get value there in terms of that go again that we knew really needs to see. Okay, now we've got a yellow. We really have to do maths now. So we've got a yellow for 6, but it is for +4. So even though you free card block, it's still hitting. So you're not happy with this, are you? I'm seeing you shaking your head there. I feel like you're getting the PTSD coming back. It's
just not nice.
It's not the Prism. She looks great. She looks nice, but she really is very aggressive.
She's got that, that I art's holier than thou vibes. Sacrifices her angels for her own benefit.
There's a lot of talk about the lore about is Soul really the good guys?
Absolutely not.
Well,
absolutely not.
There we've seen Matt upholding his X1 record.